Hello, everybody. This is Aduke Odeniyi. My full names are Odeniyi Deborah Omola Aduke. Yes, Aduke is one of my names. Um, okay, let me talk more about Aduke Odeniyi. I didn't just go into the blues to pick that name Aduke. That name has been my name since birth. Of course, we all Yoruba know we have Orikis as names. Yes, from birth, my name has been Aduke. My father called me now, I call him now my mother. The first thing is, hello Aduke, how are you doing? So I was born in Kano, around Sabongeri Market, yeah. And I grew up in the north. Um, attended First Baptist Church Kano School, the primary, secondary, everything in the north. Now, more also about my life, of course, I'm a married woman. I have my loving husband, the one and only man on earth. I can never say yes, I do too. Yeah. And from there, I have three lovely girls with the names Sharon, Pearl, and Mercy. So that's just a family of five. And from there, proceeded to Kwara State Polytechnic. And from there to Kwara State, sorry, to the University of Ilorin. And from University of Ilorin to Ladoke Akitola University. Okay, that's about my education. I started my first job, Nitel, and that was Nitel at Oyibo. And from there, ported to banking. Yeah, banking. So I started with New Nigerian Bank. Yes. And from there, of course, the merger, of course, moved us all to Unity Bank. And finally, UBA, United Bank for Africa. Back to my music career. I've always been in music right from my childhood. Um, I can remember singing the hymn, The Wise May Bring Their Learning. I think that was around 1986, 85, thereabout. That was First Baptist Church Kano. I grew continuously that way in the choir, to another musical group, to praise teams, being a choir leader. And my passion has always been praising and worshiping God, and also communicating the mind of God to his people. Song Oru Mbo. Hmm. Oru Mbo has been a mystery as far back as 2002. I have the lyrics. I had the lyrics, of course, when there was a revival program in church, and the minister talked about the second coming of Christ at the revival program. So on getting home, I got those lyrics and I just put them down as far back as 2002. Well, in the mercies of God, because um, definitely it's not a good thing owing God. It was a debt, a very bad one as far back as 2002, and now releasing it 2021. That's about 19 years. But I thank God for the grace to still minister that song. Now, I want us to say something in that song. It's not really a song you should listen to and you should get scared. No. The first thing I want us to remember is the love of God. The love of God. The love of God. The love He's showing to us to even remind us of His second coming. The love is showing to us to even remind us that He has sent us to the earth to evangelize, to speak to the heart of men, to let them know, to let them know. Of course, someone preached to me. I need to also speak to others. So we should look at this love aspect of God Himself revealing Himself to us and showing us love. It's a child you love that you chastise. So let's look at that song from the aspect of the love God has for us, the love God has for me to remind me the night is coming. Now, in that love, remember the first verses. Never harden your heart. If you love God, you never harden your heart. If you love Him from the depth of your heart, what He has sent us, our purpose on earth is to speak the mind of God, is to speak the love of God to our neighbor, to speak the love of God in the church of God, to speak the love of God at our place of work. Now, what is this hardening of heart? If you love God, your heart will be so free. You know, when you remember you should tell someone about Christ, you don't have to, think about it twice. Just let it flow. Do the will of God. The next the next line says, Omoshetoluwa. And after that, it says, you will never be put to shame. I have never seen a righteous man forsaken, and I have never seen even the son being neglected or put to shame. When we do the work of God, we will never ever be put to shame. We all know that it has been from time past, it is still now, and it will ever be. If you see someone who loves God, does the work of God morning, afternoon, night, he is never put to shame for God's own name's sake. Yes, because the next line says to Lord, the hard one, which is for me and you. There is a reason. There is a reason for you being conceived by your mother. There's a reason for you being given birth to. Now, there is a reason for your location of birth. There's a reason for where you grew up. There's a reason for the environment you find yourself now. The main reason, the foundation of our creation is evangelism. That is why God created me and you. And that is the main reason for our creation. Where, of course, we have to go to school, no doubt about that. Of course, I have to attend university, no doubt about that. But in the process of going through university, in the process of going through our places of work, in the process of going to the house of God, how are you carrying out the reason for that creation? Some of us find ourselves even in transport, maybe in the bus or something. How do we find it to accomplish our purpose for creation? It says, Ojo Mambo, tí àkókò ò ní sí fún ọ. There will be a day, time will be no more. We all know time is not on our side. I can remember the day I was giving birth to. I can remember, of course, I wouldn't know, but growing up, I can remember the strength I used to have as a youth. Things I used to do then, can I do some of them now? I dare not. There's a time limit for everything we do. The time is ticking, the time is moving. We all know time waits for no man. Even in the book of Ecclesiastes, we all know God told us there is time for everything. There's time to be born. There's time to die. There's time to sow. There's time to reap. There's time to cry. There's time to weep. There's time to laugh. There's time for everything. And we all know nobody holds back time. So there is a reason for our creation, and time is not our side. And we should always remember, Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. Nobody knows the time is coming. So that is the reason we should spend our every moment, our every last second, remembering Jesus is coming and doing the will of God. God bless you. See you next time.